as we conclude our late IHP show, part 3, I'm going to do let me round it up. So in part 1, I began to read to you a 1-minute short and some text from Patrick Tiahan. Today he shared, so what childhood trauma, one of the consequences of it, which is that it creates a problem with perception. And therefore that a childhood trauma survivor, until they get beginning with their childhood trauma lens, they get to figure out, work with someone and get to be seen, to be soothed, to be safe, and then to be secure, to be their self. So they learn healthy self-worth in time, okay? And then they can move into that lovely personal development, self-help, once they can contain that which comes up and they have their self-lens. And so they understand that their childhood has brought them the problems of perception in how they perceive their self, and how they perceive others, and in how they perceive the chain of events in a situation in the present. So they actually think of it in a way that involves the present, the past. And the past, though, it's not the events, it's the charges. So when you have uninformed people on trauma charges, and that there's also big trauma and small trauma, they don't understand when the therapists are explaining what they explain. So I'm trying to share that so that anyone can know. No demons, no devils possessing people. But someone could read a work email, and as they're quickly reading through it, their childhood trauma narrative comes up, and they now think all of the team members hate them, and that they really messed everything up, and they're just so distraught about it. And then they go back, they reread it, and they notice, oh shit, there wasn't even anything about me in this email. Okay, so that's number 1, simplified. We didn't look at it this way on the other parts 1, 2, but creating awareness of the impact of childhood trauma to help heal trauma, 1 person at a time and more. We have a short if you want to watch. It has Patrick's 1-minute short, and then next to it I share some lovely cards, including this one. This one's what's next to Patrick. And I loved that this is the one because it says time to heal. But then I thought of people who don't think well of our lovely serpent, the snake, right? So there are those, depending on what culture they are, that think of the snake as a bad animal. And that's the sad part, is that people actually don't notice. Am I seeing a snake, and what do I perceive inside? So like for me, I'm afraid of a snake because I don't have a relationship that is close with animals. So I'm thinking, is it venomous? Is it going to poison me? Is it going to bite me? And I have fear because I have unfamiliarity with it. And then I can work with my implicit bias of my fear, meaning I can work with my body language, with my mannerism, and then try to attempt to get near a snake. Not that I will, I won't, don't, no. So, and this is a good example, because a person who is unaware of their childhood trauma, they'll do this to an unconsciously loving, healthy self-worth partner or parental. The thing is, it's not a partner until it becomes a partner. It's a human being. And if your 1-year-old didn't have a parent that gave you safe haven, secure base, at least one, then you will have a lack of trust. You will mistrust humanity and your own humanity. And in fact, that's why people will think that humanity, no, they'll feel humans are not good. No, humans are humans. They all are born in a womb, or they're born from a womb. And so with sciences, we don't have to make up stories. We can know that emotions are the reflection of that which you store within you, that depth of meaning. You don't have to go it alone at life. And that's why people, when they can review their responsibilities, your thoughts, your emotions, and looking back on your childhood when you remember, and then with our lovely Jesus, who taught us all about forgiveness. Okay, so people who are healing and who want to build relationships, they will be healing with family, they will be healing with partners, they will be the ones who know how to apologize, and they will be able to trust in their own magic as well as in the magic of others, and those lovely sweet results await as we as a collective of 5D people trust the great mystery of life. And with spirituality and sciences coming together, we know that just like Jesus, who was not welcomed with trust, that those who are attachment and trauma informed and true spirituality awakened, the 5D mystics, we don't talk about people as energy vampires. We don't talk about demons coming out of the earth because volcanoes and earthquakes are happening. We don't do any of that conspiracy stuff. Okay, so the 5D collective, it's mystics and people who, with mistrust, disbelief, fear, non-acceptance, go around sharing what it is to be a person that has mental and emotional mastery. And we don't say it like that. No, we behave like Pacha behaves. So behavior is very important. It doesn't mean that you don't have a relationship with emotions. It's that you present who you are as you are. And actually, when you are, and I am, an Akashic record reader, you know and learn how to get to the quantum sphere, that infinite intelligence that Akash is, which I love. I love when I'm channeling. I love when I do Akashic record readings. And so I learned about our capacity when we're here and our desire, or it was put about what we come here to do. It was how it was put. A lot of different topics I talk about, FYI, anybody who's new. And what I've realized is people use a lot of words that now I can give you a breakdown. So it's when you start losing your mind. That's what people who see us think. And that's because of our capacity to draw outside the lines. And so when you are drawing outside the lines, you're going to be met with two types of people. And the ones who are open to hearing you are the smart ones. And they're less sensitive. And they're less teenagerish. And they're less egoic. And they're less of people that say, excuse me, miss. You're confusing sciences and spirituality. It's happened to me. But I have fun. I'm so used to Cusco's everywhere. It's like anybody who wants to just chime in, come on in. I'm not stingy about sharing the floor. I'm not a 3-year-old who's like, oh no, I need to prove myself. Oh, I didn't even understand that as a teenager, which is why. And so if you remember, these cards came out throughout this week. So yeah, I have this lovely astronaut suit, but I'm more of an ocean person. I mean, I do love the stars. I do love the stars though, but I don't want to go back yet. I'm here and dancing with people. I love tangoing. In fact, I love humans. I love being here. And I know I sound weird when I say I love humans. That's what people say, but I notice a lot of people don't love being human. I do. Circumstances. In the night, they marry, laughing and handsome, and they mirror an invasion of reflection of trust. Who do we trust? Well, I trust lovely, lovely humanity. So a reflection of trust in humanity, human evolution, and the expansion of consciousness. Love, life, the essence of all that lives in form and comes from the formlessness of the heart of the sky. And if you remember, I read to you some of this. Candlelight illuminates damage beneath the feet with wave of lights that come from the heart of the sky, the love force that made all creation possible. It does not know good or bad. You give it the clear intention that will guide the formlessness to form and manifest the invisible into the world of matter through the cycles of life and day to day. The evolving self, oneness with flow, and the relationships you create. Oneness with flow of heart and mind of you. And so the candlelight illuminates the damage beneath the feet with wave of lights that come from the unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum with humanity, nature, the cosmos, Akash, spirit, source, God, dark matter, dark energy, all that is intrinsically connected through the circumstances in the night that marry laughing and handsome and mirror an invasion of the reflection of trust in humanity, human evolution, and the expansion of consciousness that comes forth with you being yourself. So this lovely full moon, initiation, storms, they are not horrible at all. They awaken you, and that way you don't have to be lost because you get to be the person who chooses your fate as you straddle between the conscious and unconscious, bring your authentic self forth, and you repair that which is toxic stuff that you don't need, and you get out of, let's see if I'm going to make it, the dust devil bunny. because you get a flexible, adaptive, and coherent and energized brain and stable. Thank you, Daniel Siegel. Integration of brain, unconditional love. Tune in.